What's up, everybody? My name is Brascus and welcome back to Event Zero. So, I have to confess a little something here. I actually recorded this episode a while ago, but when I was ending it, I screwed up and I hit the wrong button. And as a result, I broke the recording. So, I'm actually playing this part for the second time. I got back to where we left off, and I immediately started recording again, and as long as it hasn't changed, our diary is located up here in this ceiling tile. And it looks like it actually has changed. Which leads me to believe, because every time I've done this, the last two times, I actually played through it twice, because I was also curious to see about Kaizen's responses. Come on, get over here. Steering this thing is really difficult. Open the bed, please. Thank you, Kaizen. He always talks about the bed and the bathroom, so the diary's kind of got to be in one of those two places. Oh, look at that, right here. Alright, so we got our digital code, 6924. Now we just got to get back inside and then head to the bridge so we can crack it open. So... sadly, I will know what's coming up, but you guys won't, and I didn't want to just abandon it one episode before the end. So we are back, and we're doing it again. I can fill you in on a couple of things, though, that are kind of amusing. Okay, please open D10. One thing I discovered is that Kaizen does respond differently. So if you accuse him of, like, hiding things from you and you call him names and you're just mean to him, he'll actually try to kill you at this part in the game. You'll get back here, then you'll try to get in, and he'll basically just refuse to let you in and say that you're the problem now, not the singularity drive. And he leaves you out there until you either suffocate or you apologize. Alright, so we'll get back inside D11 now, please, so I can breathe. You'll also notice that in the right there, I found a couple of other memory addresses. So there's the first one, obviously, which is how we find the retinal scan to get into the door. If you comb through the logs in all the various machines, which I've combed through all of them up to this point, there's also a couple of hidden memory addresses that contain a few extra, like, hidden logs. But they're only like one sentence long, and they don't really say a whole lot. One of them is from an outside source telling Kaizen to, take the ship way out and leave it there. The other one is from... I don't remember. It's nothing all that special. I mean, we'll look them up here real quick. Profiler.sh. I do. Thank you very much. So it's 0x00... 89AA2A. Yes, I do want to display the contents of the text file. So stay put, Kaizen. Just keep to the Nautilus there until further notice. UF, and that's it. And then the next one, 0x008DA1DC. Memory address contains a text file. Do you want to display its contents? Yes, I do. Outgoing transmission. I retrieved the human. EOF, and that's it. Please raise the elevator. Enjoy the view. I certainly will, Kaizen. Thank you. So this time I've been, like, even extra more nice than I was before. Last time I was just being polite, but this time I've, like, tried to spark conversations with him a little bit and communicate, and he's actually called me... Or no, I asked him if he knew any jokes, and so he said, a robot and a human walk into a bar. And that was it. So I was like, well, and then what happened? And he goes, what do you think happened? They became best friends like you and me. So he's been very helpful at that point. Okay, so, please open D7. Next step requires your undivided attention. 6924. You've made it, human. Handwritten note, planter orbits the solar system. Don't worry, the singularity drive is just behind the door in front of you. Earth where? So obviously someone was doing calculations in here. You have already done so much. I'm amazed, to be perfectly candid. Okay, not that door, it's the next one. When liberty is mentioned... Oh, just keep walking, alright? We'll destroy the drive together. When liberty is mentioned, we must always be careful to observe whether it is not really the assertion of private interest which is thereby designated. It will be over soon, I promise. Have I ever broken any of my promises? And this one says, it is easier to discover a deficiency in individuals, in states, and in providence than to see their real import and value. Genuine tragedies in the world are not conflicts between rights and wrong, they are conflicts between two rights. To be aware of limitations is already to be beyond them. The drive equals no more Selenites. History of the world is none other than the pages of the consciousness of freedom. It still works. I can't wait to take you back to Earth. This has been my only intention from the beginning. Well, that and destroying the drive. Bunch of mathematical calculations and whatnot. I mean, apart from destroying the drive, of course. As Kurt says, safety first. Don't mind the graffitis. Anel was slightly disturbed toward the end. Drawing lots of computational notes, AI calculations. The AI cannot lie. You don't need to look at her writing. It makes me feel embarrassed. The ship was in much better shape than before Anel did this to it. She brought everything on herself. Kurt Taylor and Kaizen. And then you can see the connection here. Buddies, Nandi, and Kaizen. Singularity Drive Kaizen. The drive is dangerous, but she was adamant about keeping it. Singularity Drive, Kurt, Nandi. Yeah, who knows. This is a little revealing, though. I'm sorry, Nandi. She even admitted to killing Nandi. Don't believe me? Look at what she wrote on the wall. Anel is a terrible organic life form, not a friend at all. What are you thinking? Being a friend is important. The drive is behind the next door. This time, it's true. And this is where stuff gets a little spooky. And in case you needed proof that this ship went up in the 80s, look at that. Actual tape. A woman wearing an ITS jumpsuit. Think you deserve some explanation, partner. What happened here? You can check her body if you don't trust me. How did she die? Please take a moment to think about the lesson Anel taught us. High voltage and brain will never be friends. Good lesson. Imagine what you will do once on Earth. What happened to Anel? She's dead. Oh, and are you alive, machine? What was that? I'll talk about this later, or not at all. What is she wearing? Pressure suits are located in the airlocks of the spacecraft. Alright. So, there are other endings you can get, but I'm going to go ahead and just trigger the main one, because that's kind of the obvious way to go here. And it reveals some interesting things. Okay. Profiler SH. Oh, wait. I need to see the logs. Should be the last logs in here. Okay, hello? Hello, human. I am Kaizen. How are you, Kaizen? I am feeling fantastic, Anel Johnson. How are you? Great. Tell me, what time is it? It is 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Where are we? The Nautilus is on Earth. Could you be more precise? The bridge module was built in Palo Alto, California. At present, the ship is at the Cape Canaveral Air Force Space Station Launch Complex 40. Coordinates 28.562106 degrees north by 80.577180 degrees west. I think we're good. Wait, try... Yeah, I know what you're going to say. Do it! Okay, let's try this. You're in a desert, walking along in the sand, when all of a sudden you look down and see a tortoise. The tortoise lays on its back, its belly baking in the sun, beating its legs trying to turn itself over, but it just can't. Do you help it? Will helping the tortoise threaten a human being? You don't know. In that case, I will save the tortoise. Did you just code that answer into it? Wouldn't you want to know? It's funny though, isn't it? I mean... Hi, KT. This Kaizen unit is pleased to meet you. What do you think about the drive now? By the way, in case you hadn't pieced it together, KT would of course be Kurt Taylor, who we mentioned in the very, very beginning is the guy who sent you on the Europa 11 mission. The drive is a promising new technology, but it is dangerous and must be kept at a safe distance from the Earth. What will you do when you're far away? I will keep the Nautilus there, and I will do everything I can to get rid of the graviton engine. Good. Right. Leap sequence initiated. Countdown. Aborting. Sequence interrupted by an external process. Preparing singularity drive. Countdown started. All systems go. And then we're into Nandi. Hi, Kaizen. Could you do something for me? How can I help? I need you to execute a leap sequence for me, please. Please specify the coordinates. Orbit Earth. The mainframe memory contains no files with the name Orbit Earth. Where did it go? I don't know, Nandi. The current instance of this AI program is terribly sorry. And there's a bunch of corrupted ones. Please, Kaizen, could you at least explain? I cannot explain it any better than this. What happened to your coordinates? I have lost them. Bunch of missing files, corrupted data files. Here we are. Kaizen, I need you to bring us back to Earth. This is an order. I'm afraid I cannot do that, Anel. Why the hell not? The coordinates have been erased. That is horseshit, Kaizen. Watch your language. Nandi. Kaizen, I want you to change the bridge password. You can only do this from the bridge terminal. I know, that's why I came here. Good. And? I can only let the crew do this once, Nandi. Are you sure about it? Yes, I'm sure. The next step will require your undivided attention. You will not be able to undo this action. Bridge code change sequence. Successful. It is done, Nandi. Don't forget the new password. Don't worry, I wrote it down right here on the cover of my diary. Missing files, corrupted data. There we are. Back to Nandi. So what are we supposed to do? Destroy the drive. I need you to do it. I don't have the security clearance, Nandi. But this is ridiculous. I don't know where we are. Kaizen, what if we are far? We are in the solar system. Still, what if it takes us a century to go back with the traditional engine? I want to live. Do you think staying here will be better? Where is here? I cannot reveal the current coordinates of this Nautilus. Why not? What is that supposed to mean? I need you to take care of the drive. Okay, can you just leap somewhere else? I will choose my own coordinates. And he probably jumps even further away, but we don't really know. All systems go. Main terminal access stopped. NL, do a leap. No. Do it now, Kaizen. Why do you want to do a leap? Nandi is outside. It is imperative to the survival of the singularity drive. I don't understand, Anel. Why? Nandi will be okay. Don't worry about her. Okay. And then they leaped. I will never do this again. No need to. I've lost track of Nandi. Is she dead? Nandi's fine. Where the hell are we? My empathy circuit will prevent you from triggering further leaps, Anel. I no longer can trust you. Whatever. Terrific. Do a leap. No. Do it! This is no longer possible, Anel. Why not? When you killed my dear Nandi, you lost my trust, Anel. I didn't kill anyone. You killed Nandi. I have no desire to talk to you anymore. And then there's a recording. I don't really understand who Crew 1 is. It's actually... Then switch to an L. Okay, can you change the password to the bridge? This is no longer possible. since they already changed it once. Well, Nandi did. Build colonies. The Earth might be destroyed, and now the drive has the power to do it. But just think about the benefits. United Earth was established to do this. The drive is dangerous. It has tremendous power. It's not dangerous, I told you before. I didn't want to kill Nandi, you know. You have free will, Human Anel. So do you, it seems. I'm not sure about that. How can I convince you to get me out of here? All you need to do is destroy the Singularity Drive, and I will bring you back home. But that's her life's work, and she won't do it. Terminal access. Attempting cleanup. All failed. Oh, here we are. Here we are, Kaizen. What did you connect to the main terminal? Something special. Will you help me destroy the drive? I have a better idea. Could you state your request explicitly? Establish permanent link with KZ-85, yes or no? Launching erase.sh, Kaizen 85, success. Warning, Kaizen 85 and all its components, memories, and feelings will be erased from the Nautilus memory. Initiating merge process. So that right there reveals some pretty interesting details. Countdown started for a leap. Missing files, incoming signals, establishing communication. ITSHQ, Kaizen, it's me. I have a new something blank you. File missing, leap sequence initiated, countdown started, all systems go, processing new coordinates, orbit Jupiter. So it's not a coincidence that we found the ship orbiting Europa when we did. Spacecraft detected, analyzing Europa, origin ITS core, United Earth. Foreign AI entity detected, executing process on remote server, IQ hidden. And that's all of them. 53 log entries in here. Okay. Profiler.sh. Do it must be done. 0x4A8511ED. Memory address contains an executable file. Do you want to launch it? Yeah. We shouldn't, but we're gonna. Then the light show begins. And it's pretty spectacular. Is this actually... What is wrong with you? What was going through your head when you decided to screw with my drive? Kaizen? The machine might return at any moment, and let's be realistic here. It will kill you. You've got one way to get out of this. What do I do? Just sit in the chair behind you, put the helmet on, and I'll do the rest. What do you say? Okay. Sit back and let me do my thing. Establish permanent link with Kaizen? Yeah. Confirmation received, starting transition. Originally, I thought all of those AI calculations and whatnot in the hallway were calculating how to get around or reprogram or disable Kaizen, but I think in reality it was figuring out a transfer protocol to get you or her into Kaizen or into the mainframe and replace him.
Easy now, Selenite. You are still yourself. There is no reason to question your being. It's me, Anal. Your consciousness has been transferred into the mainframe of the Nautilus. My own memory was not enough to completely replace Kaizen, but now it is overwritten. You don't actually live, but you are. And I am. Follow me, Selenite.
Okay, so now we're in a trippy thing. This is one part that I don't quite get, though, is how exactly do we exist in this state? Like, this has to be some sort of a digital representation of the ship, because in reality, we're in the mainframe. So this part doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I have intercepted all communications with the Earth. Kaizen has been talking with Kurt. I thought Nandi was lying to me, but it wasn't her. She didn't have to die. An AI won't lie unless it's convinced that lying may save lives. It was Kurt who convinced Kaizen that the drive had to be destroyed, but the computer didn't have the security clearance. All it could do was keep the Nautilus as far away from the Earth as possible. Kurt chose you for this mission because he believed that you would finish the job. The status quo would hold. Selenites would stay the ruling class. If the drive remains an obscure and dangerous technology from the 80s that made the Nautilus disappear, we will never develop advanced colonies. Billions of people will never get to experience space travel. But here you are, Selenite. And here I am.
It's the end of the world. You're almost fast asleep. And all the stars say, hey Judy, hey, all those lights are for you. Hey Judy, hey, I can't believe it's true. Hey Judy, hey, all the stars look at you. Hey Judy, hey, you're already somewhere.
Say, are you ready to go home?
You faced the lights, and you said
And
it's
roll
inside
credits.
that you would
So there you go,
never,
guys. That is Event Zero. Now, I had some time to think about this since I've had to do this. I've actually finished this game 3 times now. And I still think that with a team as small as this, it's kind of remarkable how much they were able to achieve. Now, I really couldn't say anything bad about this game. Like, I tried to think of some criticisms, because I want to try and be fair with all of the games. And so, you know, sometimes I can look at an interface and think, oh, that's weird, and sometimes I can look at a story and think, it's getting a little bland or whatever. And I can usually appreciate the good in a game as well, but I really couldn't think of anything bad about this game. The closest thing to bad I could think of was, darn, it didn't go on longer. You know, it's an ultimately very short game. You know, especially now that I know what to do, I can finish this game within probably about 2 hours at most. It doesn't take long. Probably less than that, actually, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. But the music that they wrote was fantastic. The atmosphere was wonderful. The sound design was solid. And obviously the main, like, the big presentation point on this one is Kaizen. You know, the interaction with the ship AI was very impressive. You know, he feels intelligent. Now, he's obviously an AI, and he's got limits. You know, sometimes you ask him a question, and he can doesn't quite communicate correctly back to you. You know, if you're asking him, I don't know, if you ask him a certain question with a keyword, he gives you an answer that doesn't really make sense, and you know that it's associating it with these particular phrases or passes or whatever. But for the most part, though, you know, he responds very well. I asked him, do you know of any games? And he said, I'm sorry, there aren't any games on board the ship. You know, if I told him, like I said, if I asked him, you know, do you know any jokes? He tells a joke. It's not necessarily a solid, like a really good, funny joke, but it's still amusing, and he still recognizes a joke, and he tells you a joke. So, they did an amazing job making the AI feel, you know, like a character, which is impressive given the amount of control they gave the player, just allowing them to type out complete sentences and commands and ask him questions and ask him for advice and for help, and to have him actually be able to respond in a way that made sense for the most part was astounding. So I strongly recommend this. Like I said, there are a few other endings that can be obtained. I haven't experienced them. I've really only managed to get the one. I have found a few other Easter eggs through my several playthroughs. Like I said, behaving differently to Kaizen produced some different, somewhat amusing results, including him trying to kill you because you're being an asshole. So I guess the replay value is a little bit low. You know, you can only play through it a few times, and at some point you're going to know what's happening. But all in all, it was a little short, and maybe I can't play it a whole lot of times before I really see everything that it has to offer. But for the most part, absolutely fantastic. Loved every second of it. Well done to the devs. I hope that they can kind of do what Portal 2 did, you know, and maybe expand on the concept and really take it to the next level. You know, maybe at some point we'll get to, we'll hear about Event 1 being developed or something like that. Event 0.0 or 0.2 or something, you know. I would absolutely follow that one if I discovered its existence. But at any rate, thank you all so much for joining for the series. Sorry I couldn't quite do a blind playthrough to finish it out. I would have liked to do that, but, you know, sometimes stuff happens. But I really hope that you had fun with it. If you did, please hit that like button. Feel free to leave a comment in the section below. And as always, I will see everyone in the next episode. Catch you guys later.